You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Our top story: the Trump administration is continuing the crackdown on what it alleges to be anti-Semitic behavior, this time targeting a researcher at Georgetown University. DC News Now's Candace Cole has the latest.
ICE agents have detained Dr. Badar Khan Suri, an Indian national and a research fellow here at Georgetown University. The Trump administration is accusing him of spreading Hamas propaganda and anti-Semitism on social media. According to reporting from Politico and the Washington Post, Suri was detained outside his home in Roslyn Monday night and then taken to Alexandria, Louisiana, where he's awaiting an immigration court date. Suri's arrest and detention comes just a week after the Department of Homeland Security detained Mahmoud Khalil, a Palestinian grad student and activist at Columbia University, who President Trump has accused of engaging in pro-terrorist activity. His was the first of many arrests to come, according to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
We have a zero-tolerance policy for siding with terrorists, period.
In a post on X, Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin accuses Suri of having ties with a senior Hamas advisor. But a statement from Georgetown University sent to DC News Now says they are not aware of Suri engaging in any illegal activity and haven't been given a reason for his detainment.
It's really horrible. I think that college students should be able to speak freely, use their First Amendment rights. I think it's really wrong that he was detained.
Suri has built his career studying conflict resolution in religiously diverse places. Suri's attorneys say, quote, seeing our government abduct and jail another innocent person is beyond contemptible. And Suri's attorney argued that Suri was only detained because of his wife's Palestinian heritage and the couple's views on U.S.-Israel policy. We will continue to keep a watch on the story and bring you any developments as we get them. Reporting from Northwest, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Candace, thank you. In Maryland, the city of Rockville says that water has been restored to 4 buildings. The city's Department of Public Works says a marked water line on West Jefferson Street was struck by workers this morning. It is 12:02. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us now with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, you and I spoke right before the newscast began. We have dry conditions. We could use a little bit of rain, and rain is in the forecast.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out there right now, Mark, for those still trying to enjoy some warmer temperatures. A little bit of that sunshine even has broken out, but don't let it fool you. Within the next few hours, we're going to start to see things turn soggy. And for many of us, it is that much needed rainfall on the horizon. We're starting to see that line of showers coming along with the cold front moving into parts of Garrett County, far western Maryland, over into West Virginia. This rain has been slow to move off to the east as that cold front is starting to lose some steam as it arrives here in the DMV. But of course, for the rest of us, that means just a few clouds, some of that sun breaking out as it remains dry, at least for the start of the afternoon here. But the bigger picture shows, yes, that line of rainfall, it is slowly marching toward us here. Now, the southern extent of this line is starting to fall apart a little bit, so not everyone is going to see a significant amount of rain, maybe even just a few drops. It is certainly going to depend on your exact location, but the chances there, especially as we head past mid-afternoon, 3 p.m. onward, there is a better chance for that scattered rainfall, perhaps even a few rumbles of thunder in the mix as we go toward the end of the day. Now, the rain isn't the only thing we're going to be contending with. It's going to continue to be quite blustery out there, so we'll talk about the exit time for this rainfall and how strong those winds could get as we head into your Friday, coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. The White House says President Donald Trump plans to sign an executive order today to shut down the U.S. Education Department, fulfilling a campaign promise. A White House fact sheet says that the order would direct Education Secretary Linda McMahon to take steps to close the agency and return authority to the states. The Trump administration has already slashed jobs in the department, but getting rid of the Department of Education will not be possible without congressional approval. Despite the need for that step, White House says that the order is expected to be handed down at 4 this afternoon. And a senior DOJ official is getting a top job at an agency that he helped dismantle. State Department officials say that Jeremy Lewin will now work at the USAID. He was part of Elon Musk's Doge team that gutted the foreign aid agency. Well, yesterday, a judge indefinitely blocked Doge from making further cuts to USAID. The judge ruled that the cuts were unconstitutional. Developing at noon, calls continue for Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer to step down from his leadership position. At a town hall this week, Maryland Congressman Glenn Ivey, representing the majority of Prince George's County, called on Schumer to step down. Ivey telling constituents, "I respect Chuck Schumer, but I'm afraid that it may be time for Senate Democrats to choose a new leader." He joins other Democrats calling for the Senate Minority Leader to step down after Schumer voted for Republican spending bill last week. Schumer says that he voted for the bill to prevent a government shutdown. And an update on the missing student from Virginia, the man who investigators believe was the last to see Sudiksha Koniki in the Dominican Republic, is no longer on the island. Yesterday, a judge ruled that Joshua Ribe is free to return home to the U.S. Officials say the 22-year-old is not charged with wrongdoing or a suspect. Koniki went missing 2 weeks ago while on spring break with friends. Earlier this week, her parents asked Dominican officials to declare her dead. Fairfax police responding to a barricade in McLean after a report of an armed man outside of the CIA headquarters. The standoff, which lasted hours, happened yesterday morning. In a call to dispatch, police say that the man was walking towards the building, pointing a firearm at his head. CIA and FBI were asked to help during the incident. Valley Madison Boulevard was shut down for an extended period of time.
Really clear what's going on, but it definitely seems like a massive response. I'm not sure if it's just one man or more than that, but for one man, it seems like a massive response.
The man was taken into custody yesterday afternoon, just after 3:30. Well, here in the district, a new effort to get kids to school safely by installing new technology on school buses. The device will limit just how fast the buses can go. DC News Now's Mariel Carbone has more on the pilot program.
When it comes to making roadways safer, the district is trying to change the way people think about speed. It is why nearly a dozen school buses are now equipped with one of these, an intelligent speed assistance device.
Speed is a big factor here in D.C.
For longtime bus driver Miltina Hunter, safety is always a priority when she's behind the wheel.
And it's not safe at all.
And once you turn the vehicle on, it comes on.
So she's grateful to have one of these, an intelligent speed assistance device which prevents her bus from going over the posted speed limit.
If you're like on a 25-mile-per-hour street and you're trying to go over it, it's like somebody just took the acceleration away from you.
Hunter drives one of 10 DC School Connect buses testing the software as part of a new pilot program launched in January.
ISA is completely non-intrusive.
The equipment, installed by company Lifesaver, is placed under the dashboard and relies on GPS and onboard maps to ensure the vehicle complies with roadway speed limits. Drivers can then use this monitor as a reference.
When the driver's pushing the pedal and wants to go faster, this will tell them, hey, you're being kept to 30 miles per hour because you're on a 30-mile-per-hour road.
Since the pilot started, we know there's been no speeding.
For Jonathan Rogers, director of the Department of For-Hire Vehicles, the technology is a preventative measure, one that can save lives.
If there's a collision or a crash, the speed increases the severity of that crash, and that's where your serious injuries and fatalities can come into play.
Taking the possibility of speeding out of the equation.
It's a real good safety system. I believe everyone should use it.
This pilot will last through the end of the school year, and if successful, the district hopes to expand this onto other fleet vehicles. Reporting in Southeast, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thank you. In Maryland, students at the University of Maryland are concerned after a recording device was found inside of a bathroom dormitory. Officials say that a student reported finding the device on campus last week and inside the Johnson Whittle Hall. Days later, police say that they issued an arrest warrant for 19-year-old Noah White. Police say that he later turned himself in. Students we spoke with say the incident is concerning.
It's honestly sickening. I don't understand why you would want that. That's just disgusting.
Officials say White is facing several charges, including using visual surveillance equipment in a private place. Well, a woman who ran a high-end brothel in Northern Virginia and Massachusetts has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Han Lee pleaded guilty in September to coercing women to engage in sex acts for money. Investigators say that she made millions of dollars in 1 year alone. Investigators also say that the sex ring catered to politicians, executives, and other prominent men. 2 men also pleaded guilty to running the high-end brothel. They will be sentenced at a later date. A live look at the tidal basin. Coming up in the next half hour, a look at the timeline of when we can expect cherry blossoms in the district.
And we're getting close to that peak bloom. One thing that could actually help, a little bit of rainfall will time out when things will be soggy this afternoon, coming up after the break.
Thank you, Damon. And Let There Be Light, an energy-saving program that will help you stretch your dollar. We're going to tell you how you can have free light bulbs installed in your home. You're watching DC News Now at noon. Please stick around. We'll be right back with more.